Well, hey there, gang. It's Jim
And Christy.
Jacobus with Your Marriage Matters podcast and the Cupid Challenge 2020. And babe, we got a really saucy word for today.
The word for today is intimacy. And a lot of times when people think of intimacy, what do they think of?
Sex.
Sex, baby. And physical intimacy.
And it certainly, of course, it does mean that. But
Right.
we're going to come at it from a different way today, right?
Right. There's other ways to look at intimacy. Intimacy can mean really knowing the other person and knowing what they need from the relationship. So today when we talk about intimacy, it's really knowing your partner.
Absolutely. And the guys at Intimate Encounters in Austin, Texas did a great job of creating what we use in a lot of our workshops and everything, babe. We use with each other all the time, the Relational Needs Survey. And what we're going to do today is we're going to put that Relational Needs Survey into all of the show notes and all of the podcast stuff and everything for you to download and take that survey. When you take that survey, you're going to be looking at 10 different intimate needs or relational needs, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to find out that you have your top three, you have your bottom three, and oh, by the way, your spouse is going to have their top three and their bottom three, and you're going to process through learning more about them. And babe, what's one of the things they're going to find out when they start looking at their needs?
That a lot of times your top needs are my bottom needs,
right.
And my top needs are your bottom needs. So one of the things that becomes obvious is that we might not need the same thing from each other, and I try and meet your needs by what would meet my needs. So one of the things that is helpful is just recognizing what our partner needs.
Absolutely. It's kind of like when we talk about relational needs, and again, there's 10 of them. It's like I'm speaking Spanish and Christy's speaking French. And so I speak Spanish and she doesn't understand any of it. She speaks French, I don't understand that. And we both walk away from the situation going, I don't necessarily feel loved.
Right. So your homework for today is going to be to look at the Intimate Life Ministries relational needs and do it with your spouse. Look at it and then say, what are my top needs? What are your top needs? One of the top needs that I have is support.
Right.
And you've come up to me and said, what can I do to help you feel supported?
Absolutely. And again, I want to make Christy feel loved. I want to learn and know more about her so that I can do that. So when she says one of my top needs is support, then I will say to her, obviously, I want to do that. I want to make you feel loved. What does support look like to you? And you say?
Help around the house. Doing things that can help me feel loved is to just go alongside me and say, oh, I recognize this needs to be done. And one of your top needs is affection.
Yep.
And it's not one of the things that comes top of mind to me. So I've had to be very intentional about reminding myself to help meet your needs for affection.
Absolutely. So gang, your word for today is intimacy, and it's not just about sex. It's not just about all of those kinds of wonderful things that are a great part of marriage. But it's really about, I want to know you. I want to know you better. I want to know what makes you tick. In this case, I really want to know what makes you feel loved. So we're going to take the survey. You're going to process through it. It's very self-explanatory. I'll actually link to a couple of podcasts that we did where we walk you through that. And you're going to have a great time finding out what the relational needs are. You're going to have a great time asking your spouse, how can I do that on a day-to-day basis? As a matter of fact, here's how simple it is. So Christy said, please take out the trash, no dishes in the sink, and make the bed on a daily basis. And I can do that in less than 10 minutes and know that when she comes in the evening, she sees that and goes, hey, Jim knows what makes me feel loved, and he's anxious to do that. And Christy, on the other hand, all she's got to do is reach over and touch me on the shoulder. Mm-hmm. And that right there is like electricity. You see my face light up? That's like electricity to me. So you're going to have a great time with this. You're going to learn some cool stuff. And in the Facebook group, just take a moment to post in there, what were your top three needs? What were your bottom three needs? And what were your spouse or your relational needs of the person that you are running through life with and everything. Again, we wanted to make sure we did this not just for married people, but those that are in a serious relationship as well. So put that in the Facebook group. Let's have some fun with that today. And again, we'll see you tomorrow.